Peace, love, and blessings. This is the Sacred Empress Alitash, your melanated Mayan mystic, with the Mayan Moon Energy for today, Saturday, March 16th, 2024. Now, these are the locations that you're going to find me. I'm asking that wherever you find me, you please like, follow, subscribe, and share or repost this video. Thank you. With the Mayan Moon calendar, we're talking about the token. It is called the count of days, the sacred calendar, the Mayan calendar. It has 260 days. There are 20 signs. There are 13 tones or spirit energy. We correlate that to a human being as 260 days gestation period. When we're born, we have 20 fingers, 10 fingers, 10 toes, equaling 20, and we have 13 major joints. This is what the Mayan calendar looks like as a flat surface, and get to know this. There's a lot of information that we learn just focusing on the token. So the token on the Mayan calendar is divination, it's prophecy, and it gives direction. So whenever we start with the calendar, we start with the year bearer. The year bearer. So when we deal with the Mayan calendar, the first thing that we focus on is the year bearer. The year bearer gives us the focus of the entire year. The entire year in the Mayan calendar started on July 26, 2023, and it will go until July 24th, 2024. So, the year bearer is the sign of the white overtone wizard. So, that gives us three important parts of information. First, the sign is white. When we have a white sign, the white sign represents refinement. So, we refine or make pure, we make adjustments, we organize, and we detox. So, we have the white wizard. The white wizard is all about enchant, receptivity, and timelessness. Enchant is to fill oneself with delight or to put a spell on oneself. We put ourselves under a spell or we enchant ourselves by what we say to ourselves over and over again. So the energy can be positive or negative based on simply what we say to ourselves. The next important factor is receptivity. What are we receptive to? Or what are you receptive to? What are you open to? Because what you're receptive to is what you're going to attract. And then timelessness are situations and things that we want to last or stand the test of time. As you see, the white sign has its eyes closed and there's a smile. So we are focusing on the inside. We are not looking for outside stimulus to get us going. We are focusing on ourselves. For those people who are familiar with the tarot, the white wizard is like the magician, and that we have everything that we need for the journey that we're going to take. So also we have this overtone tone of radiance, or as I like to call it, the spirit energy of radiance. The spirit energy is called that because this is the spirit or the ether in which you can work your magic every single day up until July 24th. Now this tone, this energy is all about empowerment. It's about empowering ourselves. It's about commanding or taking authority of our lives. And then with that energy radiating within us, it's going to emit a light or a heat that everybody is going to define us for. So this is something that we always want to go to if we're questioning our direction, if we're questioning how we feel, any questions in general, we want to tap into that energy of white. Do I need to refine something, adjust something, organize something? Do I need to detox something? White wizard, what am I saying to myself? What am I allowing? What do I want to last? And then the spirit energy, how can I empower myself? Am I empowering myself? Am I commanding my space? Am I allowing someone else to command myself, my space? And what am I emitting? What light am I giving off? So the second piece is the cycle. We are in the transformation cycle. This cycle started on February 2nd. It will end on March 25th. The transformation cycle is a 52-day period that teaches us how to make and deal with changes. In the transformation cycle, we can change form where our outer reality is equal to our highest self concept. Do you have a positive self concept? What do you think about yourself? This is an important year to work on that with the white wizard because you're going to work on what you're saying to yourself. Now, of the 5 transformation cycles, there is a initiation cycle, a refinement cycle, a transformation cycle, a ripen or harvest cycle, and an enchantment cycle. This transformation cycle is the most intense of all the cycles because 40 of the 52 days are portal days, which we will talk about in a moment. Now, because the main calendar that we are under, the Gregorian calendar, is 365 days, the I'm sorry, the token is only 260 days, so the calendar is going to overlap. This year, we are moving right on target with the earth and the seasons like the seas are. This transformation cycle ends a little after the spring equinox and it ends on the lunar eclipse. Then we'll have 52 days of the next cycle, which is the ripen or harvest cycle. We only have 9 more days left of this transformation cycle, but we still can understand the blueprint of the transformation cycle and learn how it's worth the time to plant seeds right now within ourselves to harvest with the plants and trees during the spring. We are currently in the 9th month of the 13th moon calendar. This is the spirit energy that lasts for 28 days. It started on March 7th. It's going to end on April 3rd. It is really important during this time frame to focus on being intentional, to focus on intention. So when we have an intent, it means to have an aim or a goal. So, what are you focused on right now? What would you like to accomplish within the next 28 days? We need to tap into the current or a single vibration or energy that's going on right now. It's going to lead us to certain realizations, and that is going to tap us into the spirit energy of intention. So, some ways to be more intentional are to establish a daily routine, make a vision board, declutter your space, monitor your mental health, and set measurable goals. Now, today, the current wave spell or the 13-day cycle of power is the yellow seed wave spell. As you can see, we have 4 signs under the transformation cycle. We started with the red serpent. We went into the white mirror. We had the transformation wave spell with the blue monkey, and now we are in the yellow seed wave spell. These are the blueprint for the transformation cycle. Now, the yellow seed wave spell shows us all about how to ripen and harvest. This energy started on the 13th of March. It's going to end on the 25th of March. The yellow seed wave spell is all about this one simple thing. Whatever seed you plant is the seed that is going to harvest. I always say if you plant an apple seed, you're going to get an apple tree. If you plant orange seeds, you're going to get an orange seed. An orange tree. If you plant seeds of chaos, you're going to get a tree of harvest. It's all about knowing that whatever you plant is going to grow. This is powerful to know because we always harvest this way. Whatever we put down is what's going to come up. It's law. Now, the keywords with the yellow seed are target, awareness, and flowering. So, again, this goes so well with the solar moon of intention because what you target with awareness is going to flower. So whatever you put your energy on increases. What you put awareness on is going to flower. So this goes on and on for the next 13 days or whenever you have a day that's devoted to the energy of the yellow seed. The time cell or time capsule is one of input. So it is important, critical during this yellow seed wave spell that you are aware of what you put inside you in terms of food, in terms of thoughts, anything that goes internally, you need to be intentional about because it is going to inform, meaning it's going to start formulating something on the inside of us. This is really a good day to talk about it because we're in the solar moon of intention and the sign for today is about accomplishments and it's also about form and the spirit energy of self-existing. So the sign for today is the blue self-existing hand. Let's get into it. So because the blue self-existing hand is blue, we know that today is all about transformation. We're in a transformation cycle. So this day of transformation is going to be really hype with information for us to change should we choose to. We can have a metamorphosis. We can literally change form. We can change cycle. The blue hand is all about knowing, healing, and accomplishment. So today you're going to think about what you've accomplished. And if you feel like you've accomplished a lot, you're going to be able to transform by tapping into this energy. If you don't feel like if you don't feel like you accomplished anything, this is also a day you can tap into this energy. It can be positive or negative, depending on how you feel you are accomplishing things. But by healing yourself, by what you know about yourself, will allow you to make accomplishments. When you accomplish something, you heal because of what you know. Now, the blue hand is in the time capsule of store. This is when we start to remember things. So when we talk about accomplishments, it can go good or bad depending on what's in our storage system. What do we remember? What are our memories? What are we holding in our DNA? This is going to determine, how we think about this blue hand. This blue hand is about being hands on. It's about doing things with your hands. It's about manipulating, not in a negative sense, but taking action, putting your hand on things. Nothing is going to be positive in your life if your hand is not in it. Some well known blue self existing hands are Victor Borg, Vivian Vance, Malcolm X, Cree Summer, Bernadette Peters, Prince Charles, and Mace, to name a few. Do these people sound like you? Are you a blue hand? We can find that out. Now, this is what's really, really important is the self-existing tone of form or the self-existing spirit energy of form. First of all, today is about grounding yourself. You set the standards for your life. You define who you are. You set the bar. You are in charge of what your life looks like. Let me repeat. You are in charge of what your life looks like. Now, you don't have to get worried or depressed or get in an uproar about it because if you don't like it, you can redefine it. You can change the standards and transform. On self-existing days, you are going to see evidence of something in the 3D world, in your immediate environment. Okay. And so a lot of times, we know that this is going to be related to our accomplishments. So we're going to see things that we accomplished if they have taken us to a certain point that is positive, or if we've accomplished a little bit, but we're still not quite where we are. It doesn't matter which place you're in. It's just important to know that something will take form, or something that has form will have your attention. You define who you are. You set the parameters. You know how people will be like, oh, you haven't been to college, or oh, you haven't graduated from college, or oh, you're not married, or oh, you don't have kids. Those are other people's measures and definitions on you. It is not yours. You empower yourself. You command, take authority of your life. You define who you are. Now remember, what you say to yourself is important. How you define yourself is important. If you define yourself as a winner, you're going to win. If you define yourself as a loser, you're going to lose. You have the power. One is not good, one is not bad, except for it's the choice that you make and what you put it out to be. Now, today we are in what's called a galactic activation portal. First of all, the portal is open. We have an open day to shapeshift from one place to another. Where are you ready to ascend to? With the galactic activation portal, the energy is amplified, the energy is intense. You can sit in meditation, ask your questions, be prepared to travel through the portal to your next level. The time is now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but today. Now we are in a wonderful position to be in the 10 consecutive portal day cycle. It started on the 15th. It ends on the 24th. Now we are past the core days where we hit the middle and the balance of the Mayan calendar. We are now in the 8th column where it is about moving with integrity. It's about um, modeling who you are, and it's about being in harmony with yourself. Now, in the beginning of the calendar, we had a 10 consecutive day sequence of portal days. These were manifestation portals. These were where we got energy and information and data from the universe and it came to us. It allowed us to manifest. From the Kin 146 to 260, the galactic activation portal days are intention portals. Okay? Now, how important is it? Because we're in the solar moon of intention. So we are having lessons and indications on how to be intentional. So if we add that with the fact that we're in the galactic activation portal cycle, This time, the energy moves up from earth to behind the veil, from us to spirit. This is a time for prayers. This is a time for rituals. This is a time for requests. This is a time for ceremonies where we put the energy that we have inside of us and we put it outside of us. Now, if you're born on the Galactic Activation Portal Day, in between the period of Kin or day 146 to Kin or day number 260, gap days or galactic activation portal days are strong for all of us, but it's always strong for you, and it's especially strong when you hit one of these days. Now, the chakras that we're working with for today is the third eye chakra. The third eye chakra is the first one. It's about enlightenment. It's about our awareness. We can transcend time with our third eye. The third eye is our spiritual eye. We can see with our third eye beyond the 3D. It's not just what you see on the surface with your physical eye. Now, in order to tap into the third eye chakra, we can take our sapphire, moonstone, lapis lazuli, sodalite. We can also tap in with the oils or herbs of blue chamomile, eucalyptus, and we also have the crystal of azurite as well. The second chakra that we're working in today is the heart chakra. This is a chakra where we are tapped into unconditional love, acceptance, self acceptance, acceptance of everyone around you, self forgiveness, forgiveness of others around you. There's a certain vibration that the heart chakra has. When you're in tune with your heart chakra, all things are possible. We know that love is the most healing force of all. We want to tap into that today. So the crystals that we can use are jade, rose quartz, malachite, peridot. For the herbs and essential oils, we can tap into lilac, violet, elemi, and rose oil. Today is Saturday. Saturdays are Saturn days. Today is a good day to set intentions and rituals um, for order, for protection, to break some obstacles, and to work on being more disciplined. All of these things work together today. Being intentional, um, ready to transform, um, being outward with our energy, being mindful of what we put in. These are all things that express order, that protect us, that break obstacles, and set us up with discipline. Delays are not rejection, it's redirection. Delays are not rejections, they are redirections. So if you are feeling a Saturn energy where things are being delayed, if you are intentional, if you know what you want and you see yourself having it, you are being redirected. You are not being rejected. So we're going to remove that from our mind. The, the moon is currently in the sign of Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so we're in our mind. It's about communication, it's about messages, it's about dealing with people that are really close to you. These are all important things that we can tap into while we are in the Gemini energy. We're also in the waxing crescent moon. So the things that we have been working on are started with the moon in Pisces energy on Sunday. We are gaining more light. We're gaining more insight. We are moving on our goals. Um, don't let your thoughts be a detriment today. The energy can be really high. It can be really fast moving when the moon is in Gemini. So take some deep breaths. Know that we're in air in the mind and ground yourself as we move through this moon in Gemini phase. So some of the services that I like to offer is the mind birth reading. The mind birth reading lets you know where you sit on the calendar between 1 and 260. I am Ken 19, the blue rhythmic storm. That tells you a lot, especially if you've been listening for today. I mean, for today or for the months that I've been sharing these recordings. So it's all about transformation for me. It's about catalyzing energy to self generate. It's up to me to power myself and to give life to different parts of myself through affecting my energy. So, where are you on the Mayan calendar? Are you a person that initiates? Are you a person that refines? Are you a transformer like me? Or do you ripen or harvest easily? The Mayan birth reading lets you know that and so much more. It gives you a lot of direction, depth, and an explanation of experiences. So if you're interested, please get a Mayan birth reading. It will help you out tremendously. Also, one of the services that I offer for free is Mayan Moon Mondays. It's a Zoom call, and on Monday, we get a week's worth of insight into the calendar for that week, the ins and outs, especially, and in addition to where the moon is and what's going on with her as well. Tap into the Mayan Moon Mondays to progress yourself further. Also, a lot of times we want to begin things. We want to have a intelligence about our emotions, and the moon reading does that. The moon reading lets you know where the moon is, how that affects you, how you can maximize the energy for the moon cycle that is going on right now. And or if you're interested, I also have another reading called the moon signature reading, and this lets you know where you are in terms of the moon. Where were you when the moon? Where were you when you were born in terms of the moon? How does that? Um, how do you express yourself emotionally? How you can strengthen that and make the most of that. I am the Sacred Empress Alitash, your melanated Mayan mystic. Again, these are the places that you can check in with my energy, especially if you like this content. Also, you can join the Mayan Moon Mondays Facebook group, especially if you're interested in the Mayan Moon Mondays. The link is given there every week. Also, you can check out the different services and products I have in my eShop as I'm fervently working on my website. Again, I'm the Sacred Empress Ali Touch, your melanated Mayan mystic. Have a wonderful, blessed Saturday.